What is going on, YouTube? As you can see, I have my Saiga 12. This is a SDS Lynx. And I have the SGM Tactical. This is the extended tri Picatinny rail handguard mounted on. I will be going back and I'll show you how to install it. I'll do a brief overview talking about it. It's a pretty simple install. All you need is a few parts. I got a nylon bit hammer. It's a non-mowing plastic hammer. And a screwdriver that matches the bit. And I'll show you what I'm talking about in a little bit. So let me put it back into the original configuration and I'll show you how to install the SGM handguard onto your Saiga 12. Alright, so I'm back. I have the original forehand installed on the Saiga. So first thing I'm going to do is clear it. Empty, no magazine, empty chamber. So to take apart the handguard, the original handguard, what you do is you have your sling mount at the bottom right here. So you're going to take it off just with a flat head. Just make sure you match the bit so you don't strip it or damage the head at all. So just have a flat head that matches your screw. I'm going to take this off. Let's see if it's in the shot. So it comes off. So what it is this is a friction lock. So it mounts very tightly. And then you also have the screwdriver that locks it in. So you have that 2 points of contact there. Take out the handguard. It comes out pretty easily. But I find the best way is just to pull at the top right here and just pull away. There it goes. So there's that. Let's get the SGM handguard. 1 second. So here it is. Let's take a look before we install. SGM Tactical. This is a US made part and it does say that right there. Has a solid Picatinny rail at the bottom. This is where that original screw goes. If you remember from here, the original OEM handguard, it matches up and that's where the second screw goes. You have a skeletonized rail on the sides. And then at the rear, you have a checkered pattern that mimics the 1913 rails, but obviously it's not big enough to actually mount anything. So smooth handguard that turns into a tri-rail. Interesting. It's all plastic inside. There's no metal, no like stainless heat shield or anything, but I'm sure this is fine. It was a pretty cheap part. Was a very inexpensive upgrade for my Saiga 12. Gives me the ability to also add attachments, so pretty cool. So it mounts on the same style. I'll show you how to do it, but this one's a little bit tighter to do. It might be a little bit trickier. Just bear with me as I do it on camera. So you can slide it, snap it on and then bring it down. But what I'm going to do is just start it from the very end of the barrel. I may have to tap it in. That's why we do have the hammer. All right. Let's tap it in. I have a little bit left, and it should be easier this way. The non-mowing bit with the plastic nylon end. And you can see how it's slightly favoring one side. Okay, there it goes. So get it flush. You can see how the handguard is flush with the end on all sides. Gonna tap it just to make sure. And now to lock it in, you just use that original screw that we took off from the original handguard, and we're going to install it right there. Let's bring this back a little bit. Now you can see it poking out right there. I'm going to press in as I turn just so I can start the threads, and it should be, everything should be lined up because I have it as far down as I can. Yep, and I can feel the threads engaging. I'm gonna tighten it that far. I am gonna do it off camera. Just put a little bit of Loctite on there because we are talking about 12 gauge recoil. So I'm gonna personally Loctite it. And I'm gonna do it off camera, but there we have it. Extends the handguard a little bit, but the biggest thing that I like about it is it just gives you a very simple install. It's very cheap and it gives you Picatinny rail for lights and lasers. I think I personally will either use the AFG that I had on earlier, or I might even do a vertical grip. But there it is. That's the SGM handguard for the Saiga 12. Pretty simple install. I did not see one on YouTube, so I thought I might. Hopefully I can help people down the line if they plan on adding it, on how to install it, and just a general overview of the part. So thanks for watching. I may do a follow-up video on the Saiga 12. I have a bunch of content that I can make, and if that's something that interests you, just please leave a comment, please leave a like, and subscribe. Let me know. Thanks for watching.